Greetings to you all. This is the Cryptoprophet. Click on the subscribe button to enable you get notified anytime I drop video content like this. And without wasting much time, let's take a look at the charts. So guys, take a look at this chart in front of you. Now this is the S&P 500. Okay, this is stock market charts. And if you guys observed on Friday, okay, on Friday we closed, the stock market closed with a bullish candlestick. You can see this green candlestick that the S&P 500 closed with. Okay, so now this actually marks the bottom of the stock market. Mind you, I told you guys that the stock market is going to find a bottom at this level, at this range. And as you all have observed, we closed with a green candlestick last week. So guys, I'm actually expecting more upsides for the S&P 500. I'm expecting more upsides for the S&P 500, and this is also going to affect the crypto space positively, okay, because you're going to see the indices picking up. You're going to see the other traditional markets picking up as well, and including the Nasdaq, the Russell. You're also going to see Apple picking up. You're also going to see the AI stocks as well picking up. That's the Nvidia. You're gonna see all these stocks coming into a bullish phase. Okay, so this means money is being pumped into the stock market, and this is also going to help the crypto space as well. So this is further confirmation that we have actually bottomed and that the market is having a recovery, okay, after this drop that we've had for some days now in the stock markets. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin charts and let's talk about it. Alright guys, so now this is the inverse of Bitcoin's charts, and I just want to show you guys this. Now if you take a look at this region, you would see that we've had rejections. And this has actually helped Bitcoin, because if you observe, you would have noticed that Bitcoin has been turning bullish. Okay, Bitcoin has been turning bullish. So this particular region here has served as an area of resistance for these charts, which at the same time also helps Bitcoin. Okay, so you can see we formed two candlesticks that are red, and at the same time Bitcoin has formed two candlesticks that are bullish. So like I told you all, I said I'm looking at this range. I do not think Bitcoin is going to go below this range. That was what I said in my previous videos, and you all can see this happening. But now guys, despite everything, I need you guys to take note of what I'm saying. Despite everything, even if you see Bitcoin pumping, you know, definitely, which I expect everybody to take advantage of. You see Bitcoin pumping, you see this bull run that I've spoken about, you see it coming into full enforcement. You see Bitcoin pumping, surpassing 90,000, 91, even 100,000, even getting as high as 112, as high as 125, as high as 130, as high as 135, as high as 140. Whatever price you see Bitcoin get into, guys, I need to warn you of something, and I am still gonna warn you. I emphasize, I need to warn you of something. And what is that thing? That thing is this formation. You see this formation? You see that when the inverse of Bitcoin's charts got to these points, we had a bounce, we picked up, had another drop, and now this drop that we had exceeded this one. So if Bitcoin has another rally and gets to this point, there's a very high possibility we would exceed this region as well. And if we exceed this region, then that means Bitcoin is heading to a new all-time high. This is what I have to tell you. Bitcoin is heading to a new all-time high. And guys, if this happens, this is a bullish divergence. I've got to warn you guys, this is a bullish divergence. A bullish divergence is what is forming in these charts, because we have this low, we have this lower low. Now take a look at this indicator. Okay, if you take a look at this indicator, guys, when we had this low, we had a low here. The next low, which was lower, that Bitcoin made, look at this, we had this low, we had this lower low. Okay, now if you take a look at this indicator, we had this low, but we had a higher low. Can you see this? This was a low, this was a higher low. So if we have this red line coming down to this region, okay, just in case we stop at some points along this region, it is going to be a low, a higher low, and another higher low. And if it gets to this region and we see that the price of Bitcoin has broken this range, that's going to be trouble, because that is a bullish divergence, and that means that the next move for these charts is going to be very strong, and it is going to come up all the way to this particular region, and this would drive the price of Bitcoin below, ushering in a strong bear market. This is what I've warned you guys about, and I would keep on warning you. You see, I've spoken about these moves, guys. It's not today, okay? I've been talking about these moves. I spoke about the 2022 crash before it even came into enforcement. 2022 crash. I started talking about it from the year 2021. And I mentioned the dates. I spoke about everything, and I told people, as many that cared to listen, I told them that Bitcoin was going down to $15,000, all the way from $67,000. I spoke about this. I even mentioned the dates, and before it got to that time, I began shorting the markets big time, and I know how much I made from that move. So the same warning is what I'm giving. But now, how are you going to know this? Like, how are you going to know if this is activated? How are you going to know if this is going to come? How are you going to follow up this information? You need to be in the channel of the Cryptoprophet. That is the only way you would have access to my guidance. So ensure you're in that channel, guys. So now, in conclusion, this is forming a bullish divergence. Okay, so now, even if we have this red line coming down to this point and we have it breaking this point, yes, that's going to help Bitcoin. But the only way this bullish divergence can be countered is if this red line comes and breaks this point. If it can come down to this region and break this point and go lower, that is when the bullish divergence has been cancelled. But so long as we do not go below this range, now even if we go below this range, it doesn't matter, because we still have this range here. Okay, the only way this can counter is if we go below this region. That is when Bitcoin would be safe. But what I'm saying is this: Bitcoin would not be safe even though you see it going to 140, 150. That is a very dangerous formation, because the higher we go from here, I must say this, the higher we go in the price of Bitcoin, the more dangerous that bullish divergence becomes, the more stronger it becomes, the more stronger the bearish divergence becomes for Bitcoin as well. So this is actually a thing of concern, okay? But like I told you all, let's enjoy the rally, let's enjoy the pumps, but be careful. Look for ways, connect with the Cryptoprophet for guidance. So let's enter into the next chart, guys, before I end this video. Okay, now I spoke about these charts in my last video, and I told you guys, I said I do not see Bitcoin getting above this yellow line. I was specific. I told you guys that I don't see Bitcoin getting above this yellow line, that we would most likely have a rejection. And if you observe, this is exactly what is happening right now, because we only went and touched this region. We didn't even touch this yellow line, guys. Take a look at this. We didn't touch this yellow line. Okay, but now you see us having a rejection, and the next candlestick that formed, you can see it's red, and this is also affecting Bitcoin positively. So you see, guys, the Cryptoprophet actually has very good educative videos. My analysis are top notch, okay, and I'm very accurate in what I say and in what I predict. If I tell you this is what is going to happen, that is exactly what is going to take place. So you all can see that this has actually been a region which is very good for the purchase of Bitcoin. Okay, anytime we get to this region, we watch out for very good buying opportunities. So this is actually a very good buying opportunity for Bitcoin. Okay, but now I want to say this, guys. I want to say this before I end this video. Now, when we got to this point, to this yellow line for the first time, okay, this was in the month of August 2024. Now what happened? We had a rejection, which was this red candlesticks, and then we came down to this purple line, and when we touched this purple line, we had another rally. Okay, we had another rally, and this affected the price of Bitcoin negatively. So after we had this rally, this was when we now had a rejection, and then began creating lower highs, which led to this fall, and which made Bitcoin take out its previous all-time high. So this is what I have to say, guys. We would most likely have the same pattern repeating here. Okay, we can have this rejection come down to this point or to this region, and when we come down to this point or to this region, there's a very high possibility that we can still have another rally. And if we have another pump, this can also affect the price of Bitcoin. And then you see Bitcoin going down again, even coming close to this same region where this area was. But I do not really see it getting out of this yellow line. I don't see it getting out of this yellow line anytime soon. But what I'm trying to say is this, or the message I'm passing across to you, even though we have a pump for Bitcoin, and at some point you see a rejection, you see it dropping back again and going back to this same area, or you see it going down again below $80,000, then there is a need to watch out. And this is why you need to be in the channel of the Cryptoprophet, because you see, I'm not going to be giving I'm not going to be revealing most of these secrets again, like in public. No, I would be releasing this mainly in the channels, and when it is happening, I will be sharing the testimonies. So this is why you need to be there, because you see, most of these informations that I release, a lot of people out there, they are craving for this. A lot of professionals do not have access to this information, and if they do have access to this information, they bill people big time to release this. You know, I keep on saying this. If most persons should have what I have, if most persons should have access to the secrets that I have access to, I wonder what they're going to do. You know, because I know as many persons globally, a lot of people are looking for this information, but they can't find it. They can't find people that have this kind of information. And the Cryptoprophet happens to be one person globally that has access to these charts, has access to this information, even has access to dates. Like right now, as I'm talking to you all, I'm seeing the 21st of April. April 21st. I'm seeing the 21st of April. That date is going to launch us into another phase in the crypto space. 21st of April. Today is the 17th. 21st of April. From 17th to 21st. That gives us 35 days. 35 days from now. 35 days from now. 35 days from now. The oracle has spoken. You see, these dates, they come to my mind, okay? As I'm making this video now, and I'm saying the 21st of April. Now, this is going to launch us into another phase in the crypto space. But I'm not going to tell you what is going to happen, okay? You have to connect to the channel of the Cryptoprophet. Now, this particular chart is very, very important because it tells us, it gives us a preview of what we should expect. So when Bitcoin comes down to this range, I'm going to be watching out. I'll be watching this like a hawk. I'll be watching this very well because I know that it's either we would get a rejection or we would get a breakdown. But most likely, if we get down to this point very fast, before the 21st of April, let me not go there. Let me not say what I want to say. Join the channel of the Cryptoprophet and get the information, guys. Join the channel. Alright guys, so now I want to show you guys these charts. Okay, now I spoke about these charts some days ago in the previous video that I produced. Go watch that video. I spoke about these charts, guys. Now take a look at these charts. Okay, now this chart as well is forming a bearish divergence. Okay, because we have this high, we have this lower high, we have this lower high, and we also have this lower high. Okay, but now if you take a look at these charts, here we had a higher high, sorry, here we had a high, then we had another higher high, and then we had another higher high. So this is a bearish divergence, and this is also going to help the altcoin market as well. Okay, this chart is going to help the altcoin markets because when this chart starts going down, it is going to add more fire to the altcoin markets. It is going to add more fire to the altcoin markets when this chart starts going down, okay, which is currently what is happening. So if you check these candlesticks, I need you guys to take note of these candlesticks. Now here we had a red candlestick, okay, and it was at this region that we began having this bearish divergence forming at this region. Okay, so we had this red candlestick starting from this region, and then we had two green candlesticks after this red, and then the next candlestick was a drop. Okay, I noticed this pattern, guys. I noticed this pattern forming as soon as we began forming this bearish divergence. I noticed this pattern. Now we had this red candlestick, two green candlesticks, then we had the red one which led to this crash. Now this is only when we have the price above this white line. Okay, I noticed this pattern. Now when the price broke and came up to this white line, when it broke out, we had this red candlestick again, then we had two green candlesticks, and then we had a red one, another red one. Now the same thing is happening now. We have two green candlesticks, then we had a red candlestick coming down. Okay, so now guys, this is what I'm looking out for. Just in case this candlestick turns to green, if we have a green candlestick, if this red candlestick turns to green, then I would know that we would most likely have two more candlesticks, which is this and the next one that is going to form, and then the next one would lead us into a fall for these charts. Or in other words, the next candlestick that would form after these two candlesticks, just in case this one turns to green, I would know that that next candlestick that would be red is coming with a stronger move that would drive these charts further down. Okay, but if this candlestick does not turn to green, then that means this move has been countered, or this move is over, and we should be expecting more lower sides for these charts. And this is also going to affect the altcoin market as well positively. So guys, this is what I have to say. Okay, so we'll be watching out for this, and then whatever it is, guys, I would be updating the members in the channel, and we would be following these patterns the way they come. So you need to be inside that channel. So let's take a look at the next charts for Bitcoin before I end this video. Alright guys, so now this is another chart I want to share with you. Okay, now you can see that this red line is about crossing this green line, and this is going to be bearish for these charts. Okay, so now what I have to say is this. Now if this red line crosses this green line and does not cross this orange line yet, if it gets to this orange line and then we have a rejection, then that confirms what I just told you in the previous phase of this video, that I said Bitcoin is most likely going to get to a certain point and then have a brief retracement going back to its lower lows, and then when it has a rejection from that point, you see it going up again. Okay, so if this chart gets to this orange line and has a rejection, and I see Bitcoin getting to that point I told you guys about, and then I see Bitcoin having a rejection at that point, then that means it is an opportunity to short the markets. Okay, we will need to short the markets. We will need to short the market. We will need to get out of some trades, short the market, and then make money out of it. And then when we have the rejection, we start longing again and going to new all-time highs. Because if you observe, anytime we get down to this orange line, we always have a rejection. But when we break it, that is when it is bearish, 100%. So guys, you need these charts, okay? You need the guidance of the crypto prophets. Ensure you connect with the crypto prophets to enable you get information that you are not going to find elsewhere. So guys, send an email. Check the video below, check the description below. You would see the email tradingexploit7@gmail.com. Send an email. The agent there is going to respond to you, and then we take it up from there. So that ends this video, guys. God bless you all. Wish you all a lovely week. Expect my next updates, even though it's not going to come anytime soon, because I've given you guys more than enough. So I don't think I'm coming out with any other updates for now, for the time being, because I've given you more than what you even bargained for. I've given you guys clues. So if you're a professional, if you're a crypto professional and you're following the crypto prophets, you should be able to decode most of these informations and most of these tips and hidden codes and secrets that I've released out. Okay, even though I've not released out everything, but you need to take note of this information. So expect my other videos, guys. I will be uploading testimonies very soon, showing you guys exactly what I speak about in the channel and how these things happen. Okay, I've prophesied about so many dates and all of them have come to pass in the channel. The premium members, they understand exactly what I'm talking about. So that will be all, guys. Thank you so much. I remain the Crypto Prophet. God bless you all. See you in my next video. Thank you.